Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, blogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments, vlogs such as
5 Minutes with the G,
The Straight Shooting View,
Coaching with JBK,
audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Podomatic, Spotify,
Mixcloud
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat,
the pitch is where we sleep,
and the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Welcome to
Coaching with JBK. Welcome. It's yours truly, Coaching with JBK, coming with the WSL roundup from the 25th and the 26th of September. It is week 3 that has just passed in the WSL, and my word, some massive results this weekend, not just at the top of the table, but also at the bottom. And it is an interesting one just simply because when we consider that both of the top, well, all 4 of the top 4 played each other this weekend, it was London who came out on top, and not just by maybe the odd goal. It was convincing, very convincing. So let's round up these games and let's go through them. We're going to start off with the game that happened on the Saturday. It was Everton 3, Birmingham City 1, and this was the bottom of the table clash, which either way, it was important. It was very important just to get onto the score sheet. Not just that for a team like Everton, but also for Birmingham City, who have both not scored before this game. Now, the big thing about these two games, or about this specific games, is the results that happened before. So with Everton losing 4-0 twice to Chelsea and Manchester City, Birmingham City losing 5-0, and then a 1-0 loss in reverse to Spurs and Brighton and Hove Albion. This game was going to be one of those where who's going to get the first goal and then who's going to get the final goal at the end of the game. Fortunately for Everton, unfortunately for Birmingham City, it ended 3-1 to Everton. Now, the goals that I watched were almost a case of this is exactly why these two teams are conceding goals. Some of them are just kind of out of this world. They're shooting from a distance, but at the same time, where's the defending? The first goal for Everton, you're kind of going, okay, well, scrappy. Then it comes outside the box and then there's a deflection and keeper can't do anything about it. That was the goal from Maya, who scored in the 13th minute. Then Pennock scored to make it 1-1. And you're kind of going, all right, well, there's going to be a match that's really going to get going. And with the rest of the game, you're thinking, this is only going to be 1-1. Like so many games last season, you're thinking this is only going to be 1-1. Well, Everton stepped it up with the last 20 minutes of the game, and they got 2 goals, one from Benison and one from Saveka. One was a header, one was outside the box. Again, can you stop the shot from coming in from outside the box? Just as a defence. And that's something that I'm always priding myself on as a coach, because I don't want to see a shot coming from outside the box troubling my goalkeeper. Why? Because I believe anything inside the box is a 50-50. Anything outside the box is a 75-25. Why? Because it's still something that you can control. Still something that you can defend, still something that you can go, you know what, let's not have it. Let's not allow this to happen. So it did, and we just go on from there, and you kind of go, all right, fair enough. Well, this is where we're at. This is what we're dealing with. But great win for Everton. No longer at the bottom of the table. They're now sitting in 8th with a -6 goal difference. 3 points on the board. And ironically, they're just behind Chelsea and Manchester City. What does that tell you? It's not like it was last season where everybody knew who was going to win. This is completely different, and maybe the money that's coming into the game has changed things. But at the moment, I'm just going to put it purely down to talent. Well done to Everton. Birmingham City, hopefully you get a win in the next game. We move on to Sunday, and we move on to the first of two games between the Manchester and London clubs. First of all, Manchester United against Chelsea. Now, last season it wasn't as clear that Chelsea would have always won this game as convincingly as they did. It feels like it was one of those where what happened? It just kind of just got blitzed in the first half, and Manchester United really did get blitzed in the first half, and it was just down to the one thing that I would say Arsenal have always had a problem with. Now, as much as we're saying play out from the back, and that's a concept that keeps coming up, so I've decided to change it to building the attack from the back. Building attack from the back. So how do you build the attack from the back? You start by playing a little bit of football, passing and moving, but you're making sure that those passes are firm. They're not just going to be passes that you go, you might be able to get onto that, because you don't know what the opposition are going to be like. Chelsea pretty much allowed Manchester United to have the first pass, and then on the second pass, they were hunting them down. And this is what got Manchester United into trouble for their first goal. 2 minutes in, Kirby gets the goal. 2 minutes in. That's not good enough for Manchester United. For a team that finished fourth, you've got to be doing better. So, Kirby scored from a nice little setup and an assist from Sam Kerr. Then Pernilla Harder, 2020 UEFA Women's Player of the Year, decides to go on a run. Parted the ways, parted the Red Sea, as you call it. Literally dinked it over the keeper. That's 2-0. 24 minutes in, that is. And then it happened again. It happened again with Sam Kerr and Frank Kirby. Manchester United tried to play out from the back, lost the ball. Kirby decides that she's going to square the ball to Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr just first time finish. And you kind of go and change it up. Now, unfortunately, I was watching the first half and I was thinking, wow, what happened to Manchester United? From the two games that they had before to this is shocking. This is unbelievably shocking. Going into the second half, changed things up a little bit. They probably pressed Chelsea a little bit more, and I didn't get to watch the second half because I was away. On work duties. So Manchester United went ahead 3 minutes into the second half. Got a goal from Alessio Russo. Brilliant goal. Bit of a deflection from Millie Bright, but it was inside the box in Chelsea's half. That's the key difference. But 3 minutes later, they've gone and conceded another one to Sam Kerr. Now, if you get the chance to watch this goal, you will know that if there is a bit of VAR that comes into the game, it needs to happen soon. Not later, it needs to happen now. And the reason why I say that is Sam Kerr was standing in an offside position when the ball got played. Now, WSL rules, you don't need VAR, but Reading scored a perfectly good goal against Manchester United on the first night of the WSL return. Now Manchester United conceding a goal from an offside position. Chelsea had the same problem with Arsenal, with Beth Mead's first of two. And you're kind of going, well, there needs to be a bit of consistency. Needs to be. So we move on. Spence, there was a whole host of changes from Chelsea. Drew Spence got herself a goal in the final 3 minutes of the game, and then Fleming rounded it off with a 6-1 result. Perfect for Chelsea, I believe. Perfect for Chelsea. They've now got their second win. And now they can say, well, this is where we want to get to. Arsenal was a blip because we didn't know exactly what they were going to come with. And we had players that were coming back from international duty, again, from the Olympics. So, as far as we're concerned, this is not exactly where we normally start. So, that's where we're going to be. Well done to Chelsea. They've now got their second win of the season. Up to 4th. Now we go on to the other games. Those 2 o'clock kickoffs that everybody enjoys. Brighton and Hove Albion against Aston Villa. What a game this was, because it was more of a mid-table clash. If you go back to last season, where Aston Villa almost was relegated, but now, if you think about it, they've now done exactly what the men have done and improved. They've really improved. So now that Aston Villa have now got a foothold in the league, they've gone and won their game against Brighton and Hove Albion by a single goal. Had chances in the first half to even score, didn't take them. Brighton and Hove Albion had a couple of chances in the first half, didn't take them. But then all of a sudden, in the second half, the ball was cleared by the Brighton keeper. It was pretty much transitioned into a pass into Gillenet's path. She took a few touches, got herself into the box, and coolly slotted across the keeper into the far corner with the only goal of the game. Well done to Aston Villa, who are now sitting 3rd in the league. You've got plenty of games coming up, so you know full well what's going to happen over the time. But let's see how they go. Another team that everybody wants to see a little bit more from is Tottenham Hotspurs. Now, nice little sort of North London to Berkshire derby, as we call it. So, with this one, it was very close for a long period of time. There were chances, but they were sparse. I think Spurs were in control of the game for most of it, getting their chances as much as possible. Reading had a few of theirs as well. When we look at the possession stats, Reading had the ball a lot more, but with the shots, there was 22 shots from Spurs to Reading 7. So again, Reading will probably say that they had more of the ball, but they didn't really do much with it. That's the tail of the tape when we're looking at the stats of this game. Towards the end though, 85th minute, ball was played through. Naz gets herself onto the ball, just toe pokes it beyond the keeper for the 1-0 win to Spurs. So now Spurs are up to 2nd, which is the first time that we've ever seen this in the WSL, with both North London clubs in the top 2. Brilliant. Well done. And here's a funny thing. If you get a chance to watch BBC 4 on Wednesday, both teams play from last season's quarterfinal. This will be a quarterfinal game between Arsenal and Spurs, and we'll see how that goes, because it's going to be an interesting one now that both are the top 2. It'll be an interesting one. But well done to Spurs. Arsenal, Spurs, BBC 4, Wednesday evening. Get a chance to watch it, do so. We move on to West Ham United versus Leicester City. And I didn't get a chance to watch this one, but it seems like it was a very convincing win. So, West Ham United 4, Leicester City 0. So, first goals that came through. Yellow, 26 minutes. Walker, 38 minutes. Plumtree, an own goal. I saw this one and I felt sorry for her, because, and I'm not saying feel sorry in the sense that, I shouldn't. No. She went to clear it. It's gone the wrong direction. And it really affected her emotions then. And it did play a part, because you could see visibly that she was upset. And I'm assuming this is something that she's not familiar with. She's not in this type of position where that's pressure that she doesn't get. So, With West Ham winning 4-0. They got their goal in the second half as well from Lavelle. So 2 own goals. If you take those 2 goals away, the 2 own goals away, they only won 2-0. So essentially, it wasn't a good day for Leicester if you either take away the 2 own goals and you think, well, that's not how this works. But well done to West Ham. Well done to Leicester. Leicester, you'll find yourself in better positions for sure. You're not bottom of the table, and you've got a chance just to get more game wins for sure. So, for the champions of the championship from last season, go ahead, show what you're all made of, and we hope to see you in the WSL even next season. Moving on, and we are talking about our final game of the day, which was a late kickoff. And it was exactly the game that we should be talking about. Arsenal, Manchester City. Well, I shouldn't be saying that. But it was Arsenal, Manchester City. What a game this was, because it was a surprise. For me, even if you're looking at the Manchester United-Chelsea game, still a surprise. It's kind of going, okay, well, Chelsea normally kind of put a lot of numbers against, a lot of goals past teams. Now, all of a sudden, Arsenal have done this against Manchester City, and if you look at the previous games between the 2 teams, it's always been Manchester City winning. Has been for a long time, even up until, I think, 2018 was the last time. 2018 or 2019 was the last time Arsenal had beaten Manchester City. So that says it all. That says it all. Joe Montemuro, thank you very much for everything you've done. You won the league. You even done it with beating Manchester City on the final day. And when I say this, what a game for Adeva to really show what his team is all about, with a difference in how to play out and how to build the attack from the back. One of the goals I'll get to in a minute. But first of all, rounding the weekend off, Viv, thank you for another goal. Another goal for Vivian Miedema. Came from a drop ball that was given back to Arsenal. Then there was no pressure. Asking Manchester City, where's the pressure? Something's got to change. So there's no pressure. Ball gets, in fact, wrong goal. So ball was played back to the keeper. Not the most assured pass. All of a sudden, Beth Mead has gone and closed down the ball, and the keeper won the 50-50. Played the ball into Vivian Miedema. There's no keeper in the goal. There's only 2 defenders back, and yes, they cannot use their hands. So again, she's just gone and put it into the side of the goal that they're not standing in. Left-footed finish. Great start. Second goal. This is where we're talking about the drop ball. Drop ball comes into play. Ball gets played into Vivian Miedema. She plays a quick round the corner pass to Kim Little. Kim Little now has 3 players to beat. How she's managed to do that, I don't know. And this is just me being a coach. How she's managed to beat 3 players, I don't know. But she's managed to get herself into the box, beat the 3 players, get a shot off. Keeper's got her hands to it, but shot was too powerful. Well done to Kim Little for a first of 2. Now we talk about the second half. Somehow Manchester City crumbled, and I don't know how, but they've conceded 3 goals in the second half. So, goal that came from Katie McCabe, brilliant player, by the way. Got to watch her, try and catch up with her at some point. Had a conversation with her during the summer. Amazing person to speak to. Zef Catley played a ball over the top from the defensive third into the final third of Manchester City's half. McCabe took a couple of touches, brought it down, ball bobbled away from her. You're thinking somebody's going to come and claim it from Manchester City. They didn't. She's taken a shot. It's rifled into the back of the net. And you're just kind of asking the question of where's everybody's head at when it comes to Manchester City. I'm hoping that things will change, because I want to see a competitive top 4 this season. I want to see a competitive league this season. I don't want it to be how Chelsea have done it for the past couple of seasons. In a sense, they've just gone and run away with the game. It's pointless. Run away with the league, run away with the game. Nobody's going to touch Chelsea. Got to change that. Would rather see maybe a 3-way competition to see who can win the league. And on top of that, maybe we'll have the same drama as we did for relegation, but at the same time, you're just hoping that people will step up. So, moving on from that. There was a penalty given with a foul on former Manchester City player Nikita Paris, who then, it might have been Kim Little, funny enough. Can't remember who was fouled, but Kim Little stuck away the penalty, and then in the final minute of the game, Leah Williamson goes and gets her head on the ball to cap off a fantastic week for her and a fantastic month for her in Arsenal colours and also for England. Also, Captain Fantastic, as I like to say, Captain Fantastic becoming a captain for England. So, that was the roundup of the game. That's the roundup of the weekend. That is all games with Arsenal sitting top, Manchester City sitting 8th, Everton sitting 9th, and Birmingham City propping up the table with no points. 3 teams on no points, but Birmingham City in a more difficult position. So, that is the roundup. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Listen, try and watch a few games in October. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it as much as possible. Let's build upon supporting the WSL. I know there's a lot of listeners probably even listening into this, or probably just never really watched a game of WSL football before. Please go out there, watch a game if you get a chance. If you get your Sundays off, maybe take a stroll down to the nearest league that you are close by to, and probably just watch a game. You never know, you might find yourself surprised, or you might just say, I know what this is all about now. So, yeah, support the WSL, support the women's game, support the girls' game as best as possible. And you never know, the games that we will come with, the results that you can see that will come through, might actually surprise you. So, on top of that, yours truly, JBK, is now signing off. Thank you very much for listening in. I hope you guys have a great weekend, great week, and enjoy the football that comes your way. If you get a chance to see any games, by all means, watch them. See you later. Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
Check out the official Pitch Talk website,
www.pitch-talk.com.